Thank y'all for being here and allowing us to be here. We've enjoyed this project and helping you out any way we can. My name is Caitlin Morgan.
My name's Carly Sitter.
My name's Zoe Johnson.
I'm Latanya Burnett.
My name's Hannah Estate.
Can't hear.
Oh.
My name's Shatayla Reed.
Nia, you're muted.
I'm Nia Harvey.
The new Haughton Middle School was completely built on May 17th, 2017. It cost $35 million to build this entire school. The reason that they built a new school is because of the fast growing student population, because the old building for Haughton Middle School couldn't accommodate enough of the students that they needed. So now the new building accommodates 1,500 students. And then there's a lot of different ethnicities that come to Haughton Middle School, like Caucasian, African American, Hispanic, German. Haughton Middle School decided to hire bilingual faculty to provide a solution for the issues with language barrier and everything with the faculty and staff. Y'all can get to the next one.
Alright, so the company or school's needs. During this project, we have figured out a couple of things that need help or that just need to be reinvented, and these are as follows. There needs to be a new treasure trial packet, which is the dance line. More marketing that is able to be able to recall students and their families. A cell phone policy that we can kind of look upon and see what works for the school and what doesn't. We are going to look over the go-karting and technology, and the training program for new technology. And we're going to touch on the social studies curriculum, which and how it can be kind of advanced. And then we're going to provide teacher shortage solutions.
So one issue that I observed was the treasure tryout packet. After I reviewed the packet, I realized that there was a lot of irrelevant information for candidates that haven't even tried out yet. So my solution was to talk with the dance line sponsor, treasure sponsor, and create one packet for tryouts and one official packet, because the commitments and agreements didn't need to be signed until after the dancers made the team. So we cut that out of the tryout packet and added it to the official packet. We also created a responsibilities agreement to solve the issues with parents wanting the sponsor to pay for everything through her fundraiser. So when that responsibilities agreement is signed, that's what the parents have to pay for no matter what, if there's a fundraiser or not. And so the completed official packets will now be due on the parent meeting.
Okay, even with the current cell phone policy in place, I know teachers are probably struggling to manage the youth in their classroom because students aren't putting them away like they should, and students are struggling to not want to check their phones constantly. So maybe instead of forcing policies on them, maybe getting their feedback and perhaps their insight into what could get them to not use their phone so often during class time. There was an article I came across where a college professor had the same problem. So clearly it's not just in middle school, right? But the solution was he broke his class into groups, and their assignment was to come up with a cell phone use policy. And the solution they selected was to ban it completely in the classroom. And if anyone was caught, not only would they lose points on their assignment, but so would the rest of the group. So there's a little bit of positive reinforcement there and group peer pressure. So maybe my solution would have been to give the students feedback, whether it's through a group assignment or just an open discussion about the effects of cell phone use in the class and how it affects the learning of not only them, but the people around them. It takes their concentration away. It also affects your sleep. The more you use it, it can affect your mental health as well. And because it doesn't really require a budget or anything, it's something you would be able to try immediately in your classroom if you choose to. An alternate would have been to use a Yonder pouch, which is a pouch to lock the cell phone at the beginning of the school day, and it's unlocked at the end of the day. They have locking bases. It could be placed either in the classroom or at the entrance or exits of the school, depending on your needs. The reason why this wasn't my primary solution was basically because of the cost. The pouches run from anywhere from $15 to $30 per pouch. And that just includes getting them to the students for the first time, but you would want them to use them continuously. There's also some training involved and included in finding a way to include it into the cell phone use policy that you currently have. I feel like that would be a much longer process if you wanted to implement something like that. But I came across a story about Benton High School. They actually use it and have mixed reviews, but it seems to be working well. And there were some good interviews at their website, over yonder, YONDR.com, that had some interviews with teachers and administrators about its effect on their classrooms. And a lot of them said that it not encouraged, but it improved the students' interactions with other students because they're not looking at their phones so much. And they did see some improvement in grades.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll be talking about marketing. And when it comes to marketing, sometimes it's hard to get around. Like, sometimes parents don't have technology, the student forgets, or like websites and social media are not available. So some solutions I came up with was you can do automated calls, which you could like have a do like a voice message or whatever, and you could send it to multiple parents. That way they get it, or they know what's going on with the child, or if anything needs to be told to the parent. Another thing you can do is like ask for phone numbers, where they have a home phone, a cell phone, any type of device you can reach them at. And yeah, that's really basically it. You could just find sources or any kind of solutions to reach the parents.
So for Go Guardian technology, one of the many problems that the teachers were having with it was that the students were blocking the teacher from seeing what they were doing. So students can do this by using incognito mode, a VPN, or using a non-school account. So some solutions I found to this problem were that you can set a policy to not allow incognito mode. You can also set a policy to not allow them to log in with a non-school account. You can set Go Guardian to not just monitor all accounts. You can make sure students aren't allowed unrestricted access to the Chrome web store. And you can also make sure that all of your technology and your systems are up to date so that it doesn't allow them to get past the policies as easily.
Okay, so Amplify and Zern are two programs that are utilized within Haughton Middle School. There have been yet good and bad reviews with it that I've read. One being that the questions are worded weirdly, so the students don't really pick up on them as much, and they could be worded a lot differently. That and it also sometimes proves as a distraction, which ultimately affects the students' learning ability.
Alright, so studying the social studies curriculum, I have found that it is brand new coming up this school year for all of Louisiana schools. I spoke with staff around Bossier Parish and found that the Louisiana Department of Education standards are kind of just all over the place. They don't really have a book or any learning material set in place for these students to use. And so I made the suggestion of looking into McGraw-Hill. We use it in college, and it's a very easy platform to use. If we start students on it in middle school, by the time they get to college, they know everything that they're looking at, and they're not just being thrown into it. So I think that this could help the social studies curriculum.
Haughton Middle School, along with other schools in Louisiana, are experiencing a teacher shortage. The lack of educators not only affects the school board, but the students as well. And students can experience adverse side effects such as disruptions in the learning environment. It limits the relationship development, it hinders achievement, lowers graduation rates, and reduces educational opportunities. One solution to the teacher shortage would be an apprenticeship program. This would be very effective in not only creating teachers, but inspiring. And the schools that participate in these programs, they will not only be providing assistance, but retaining talent. Cost can sometimes serve as a barrier that discourages teachers from entering the field. So while in this program, teachers will be given grants. One of the other problems is the pay. One of the main contributions to the teacher shortage is what some would say the unlivable wages. The Louisiana State Board of Education, they decided to come up with a new funding formula called the New Minimum Foundation Program for grades K through 12. And it was recently instated in the 2023 school year. And this allows schools to be able to pay teachers when they complete certain requisites, such as teaching in areas with critical shortages and taking leadership roles. Another way to help the teacher shortage would be to go through recruitment. As stated before, the process of becoming a certified educator can be tedious. And so the use of a new teacher program, such as Bossier City's P2P, which is Practice, Prepare, and Promote, would be a great asset to Haughton Middle School. And while in this, I guess that's it, the recruitment from other universities would help.
These are our references.
And we'd like to thank y'all today for joining us and listening to our presentation.